Hey, Alina.
Hi, how
Good. How's
are
it
you?
going?
Awesome, thank you. Trying to fix over here.
Yeah, no, thank you.
How are
Looking
you
good. Is that a
doing?
background?
That's a background. I'm gonna click on none because it
Oh,
automatically
wow.
popped it up.
But you set that up yourself, right? Because it's a custom
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, you just
Oh,
upload a
wow.
photo. A
Oh,
farmer.
okay. Look at you. All custom. Zoom professionals. We're all becoming.
Hey, hey. How are you
I'm doing
doing?
good. You're
Good.
moving around like that a little bit, but
Yeah, let me see here. How do I click on? I have this. Let me know when you need to record it.
oh yeah, it's actually being recorded right now. But don't worry because it's not gonna
Yeah.
be live or anything like that.
Okay,
Okay.
perfect.
So afterwards, if there's something like you're like, oh, we should take that out, then we could do that. So
Okay, got it.
yeah,
Awesome.
yeah, looking nice. Yeah, this is your office
This is my
or yeah,
office, my Monarch Beach office.
nice.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Have a lot of light, natural light, so
Uh-huh.
makes me happy.
You still at the office most of the days
Yeah.
or yeah? Yeah.
Yes, most days I still come in. My staff works remotely for now, but
Hmm.
it's all good.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is a little overdue, so I really just want to oh,
Oh my
there I
gosh.
go.
Oh, I'm gonna work on this. I'm gonna work on this. I
Uh-huh.
have this really cool lights that I'm trying to incorporate, but
Uh-huh.
I have to fix the stands and all that stuff. Working on it.
Yeah. Don't worry. I thought there was an earthquake there.
Could be, right?
Yeah. All right.
All right.
So really,
I'm
Alina,
excited.
just
Thank you for your time.
really just want you to be like selfish and ask like your questions, not like not like what I do because well, some of what I do could help obviously, but um just really like what your situation is, like what you think you need the most help with. So just want to help you however I can.
Thank you. I really
Mhm.
appreciate it.
So you're more on the newer side, right? I think you took over an agency or
Yes, I purchased an agency in 2018 and moved to Monarch Beach about 4 months ago from San Clemente. Better location, just better audience over here. And I hired my second staff recently, about
oh, okay.
4.5 months ago. So I'm slowly growing. So I only have one CSR and one AP. Um, the production is slow in the last couple of months with my AP, but we're working on some things. And I've never really worked on internet leads before. It's very new to me, the internet lead side. I know that that's one of your forte at the agency.
Hmm.
I'm more of a social media referral based mortgage person, escrow people. So I try to, connect with as many people as possible on the mortgage side and escrow. But I want to learn your style on automation. You mentioned MailChimp. I try to look into it, but it seems so confusing to me.
Uh-huh.
So with MailChimp, which one do you use normally? What do you use, the standard option, or do you
Uh-huh.
have a person that you talk to kind of help you set it all up, or how does that work?
Oh no, MailChimp is pretty nice and easy where in the beginning you just set things up and then
Mm-hmm.
as you need more things like for example like if your list grows into a certain size then they'll make you like pay a little bit. It's really
Okay.
affordable though. I'm not sure if the automation one requires like a paid version, but even the
Okay.
paid version I think like even with like sending the amount of emails I do I only spend like $99 a month or something like that. But at
Oh,
first
okay. So you have the essential 9.99. Okay.
I think so, yeah. But I first started like 25. It was like, I forgot what it was, but it just kept on like bumping up, which is still definitely good value, I think.
Absolutely.
But
Yeah.
the one that I like and I think helps a lot of people is what I talked about, the automation one. So once you
Yeah.
put it in, once you once you get a lead, once you get an email address of like a prospect, really just put it in there. You can manually do it. You could have automation to put it in there. But in the beginning, if that's a little hard to figure out, having it set up where you just put in an email to the audience, you could just add an email, you could import an email.
Okay.
What's that going to do is they're just going to get emails that you created.
But where do you put the email? In what system?
In MailChimp. MailChimp is a system that,
Okay.
makes your email looks nice. So there's going to be a picture. You could, should be definitely be a picture of you, maybe your staff, your office. So really make it, sometimes you could tell them your story, but this is where you want to be creative and let people know, what you believe in, who you are.
Mm-hmm.
It could link to your social media too. That's a great way to stay in touch with them. You do
Okay.
great with videos, by the way, on there.
Thank you
So
so
that's
much.
something that I'm a big believer in. Like that, the more you do that, and I'm pretty sure you've seen the benefits of that, right?
Definitely
Mm-hmm.
more and more. I just have to be consistent. You talked about social media boosting also. How do you
Mm-hmm.
boost your stuff? As far as marketing budget, do you spend like $10, $20 per boost, or how do you do it? And do you do it how many days? Have you seen success in that particular?
Yeah, that one works really well. Um, I just have campaigns that are just running all the time.
Okay.
So I don't like boost like one post. I just have like a campaign that I make them through Ad Manager.
Okay.
So you could boost a post that if you have like an awesome post, but you could actually make a campaign out of that. So that's a little bit more advanced, but there's YouTube tutorials on that.
Okay.
But I think if you're comfortable in front of the camera like you are, Alina, I think that's like maybe even better than spending money on internet leads. I mean, how's internet leads working for you guys?
Not.
Yeah, that's okay.
Not working.
That's okay. I mean, there's a couple ways you could do it. You could just say, hey, I could get better at this. And there's definitely, skill involved. So you could get better at it with time. You probably will.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also good to have a backup plan. We're in insurance. So social media is, for some agents, works better. And I think if you're good on camera, not shy, things like that, then it might be good to make a more of a professional video. Because the ones you do, that's good for just posting things like that.
Yeah.
But literally just make a commercial and then just run it.
And be consistent with it.
Mm-hmm.
Have different messages or different ideas every week, like 2 to 3 times a week, you'd say?
You could do that, but you could just make one like main commercial, like
Okay.
one commercial that really kind of sums up what you're about.
Got
And,
it.
and what are some like products or target markets or people that you'd like to talk to?
Commercial real estate and owners of multiple properties, like landlord properties.
Okay. Commercial real estate,
Mm-hmm.
apartment properties. Yeah. The good thing with Facebook is it lets you target those people.
Okay.
So you could literally target that group. I'm not sure how specific it could be, because I never tried that. But some of the other ones I've done with other agents are like language groups.
Language groups, yeah.
Obviously location. Because Facebook knows like everything about you, so you could just say, hey, I want to talk to these type of people. I think real estate investment, yeah, there's probably interest that says real estate investment. You could target those groups that people have gone into groups that like real estate investing, or maybe realtors.
Yeah.
So that's a group. Facebook knows your occupation, so you could pick an audience that you want to target and make a commercial, but just basically introducing yourself to that group, bring
Okay.
more awareness to you, and then target them. I think that's the strategy I would consider.
Okay, like a really good professional commercial.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. Awesome. As far as internet leads, the way you do it and your team does it, so do you actually use EverQuote as well?
No, I
Okay.
haven't, but I still haven't because yeah, I
Yeah.
already have sources that
Other sources.
other
Okay.
sources. Yeah, I'm not sure if they're all that different though, but I think internet leads is a little bit more of a grind.
It's a grind. And it's a
It really is.
long-term goal, right? Like you
Hmm.
just have to, that's why the automation is so important. Like you code it, you call, nothing, no texting, and then you put it in the system so the system can email them, right? As a
Hmm.
kind of a follow-up.
Hmm.
But do you create your content for the follow-up?
Hmm. Yeah,
Got it.
that's where you want to probably spend a lot of time like on a Saturday or Sunday when it's not
Creating
too
those.
busy just creating those. Yeah, and it has to be your own style. It has to be
Yeah.
like your own written way because some people will ask me like, hey, can I have yours? I'm like, well, there's like
Yeah.
50 of them. I have like so many emails that I've written in the past,
Yeah.
and it's kind of like for you emailing someone every day may not be your style, like you're not comfortable with that. For some people, you know emailing them once a week is better, you know but just getting a big email list and just really staying consistent with that is a great way of following up. So and not just like a regular email but like a newsletter type email, so where it has your picture on it, um, it has like a picture of your office, just making it colorful and making it look nice. That's something
Yeah.
that's, I think it's worth their time. I think it is.
Okay. Okay. So getting a list basically with names and emails and putting it together and just on an automatic system. Like I was thinking about BombBomb too, to use BombBomb because they have the video option.
Uh-huh.
And since I love videos, to have an opportunity to target if I have that specific list of customers, let's say homeowners only or like real estate property owners or, and then have a specific message for that group.
Mm-hmm.
That could possibly work.
That could definitely work. So what does BombBomb do? Does it send like emails with video basically? Or oh
Mm-hmm.
really? Yeah, that's a great idea. Or you could just MailChimp, what I do is I link it to a YouTube. So
Okay.
they have to click on it and then goes linked to a video. But
Perfect.
video messaging is great. Anything that anything that lets people know who you are is really the goal. Because if no one knows
Yeah.
you, then you can't sell to anybody. So just trying to get known, and video is a great way because written is like, okay, written is a little bit, you know pictures and written is good, but video is like really like, you could hear and see, and then that you by sending out a lot of video emails, you could feel like they know you almost. And when once they feel like they know you, then they feel more comfortable with you, and when they feel more comfortable with you, then there's more chances of them buying from you.
Yeah, definitely. Got it. What about texting? How do you use the texting options? So you mentioned Zapier, I think, before, right? Zapier, or is it somebody else? Simple Text or something?
Zapier is what puts it into simple text.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
A lot of techy stuff. I'm like,
Yeah, yeah. Um, yeah, setting it up is a little bit harder, but once it's set up, it's great because you don't have to do it again. I mean, you still have to like, manage it, and you still want to say like, okay, maybe I want to send this one a day later, or I want to spread these out a little bit, or you want to check to see how many people are unsubscribing. So you kind of want to keep an eye on that. But basically, it's kind of the same thing with the email. You just write out an email. I write out a text. Okay, so first thing would be like, thank you for requesting a quote. I'll call you, but you could call me at this number.
okay.
Next day it could be like, hey, it's very easy to get a quote from us. Next day it could be like, hey, check out our website. You could like link it to your website, include links in there, or you could link it to a video maybe. So there's so many different things you could do, but that's something you want to create. And after you create that, I'm not sure if you really want to what would be the situation where you have a phone number, you want to put it in there? Are you thinking about internet leads? Or are you thinking about like when you talk to somebody and you're like, I want to put them in a list?
The internet leads, and then also any quotes that I maybe referral and quotes that I don't close right away.
Mm-hmm. Okay. The internet leads, yeah, I think Zapier.
How do you do it? How do you do it?
Well, when I get a lead, I just
Mm-hmm.
have Zapier put it in a system. So let's say they go on, I don't know what websites they're going on, or they could go to social media and they fill out a form, because you can have forms in social media too.
Yeah.
So when they press get a quote, then I get an email, and I tell Zapier, when I get these type of emails, put it in this list in MailChimp and put it in this list in simple text. And in MailChimp, I tell them, hey, when I get a new subscriber, send them an email right away. And then
Do you program it that way?
I program it that way. And in simple text, I tell them, hey, when someone joins simple text, when I add somebody, when I add a number there, please send them a text right away.
Okay.
So that's when I get a lead, those two things are happening automatically.
Got it. And how do you get a lead? Do you actually pay for the leads to come in, or are you talking about getting a lead generally from different sources, referrals, and other things?
No, mostly it's a paid lead. Yeah,
Paid
when
lead.
it's a referral, I kind of feel weird putting them in that list.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of like they already know me, so there's no reason to like bombard them with my information.
Got it.
If you got a lot of leads referral wise, you may want to have a separate campaign for them.
Okay.
Something a little less pushy, something a little less, frequent.
Yes.
Because the internet lead is like you're competing with other companies and everything's, very like, you have to be a little bit more aggressive.
Aggressive, yeah.
Mm-hmm. But if it's like a natural referral, you may want to put them in a list where it's only like they get an email once a week, and then it doesn't even, I think the message shouldn't be more like, it shouldn't be like save money with me or stuff like, it should be more like, house buying tips or something that brings value to them.
Value driven.
Yeah, value driven. Like, hey, like, did you know, like, if you did this, or how to stay clean, or just something that is about safety or, avoiding risk. Just something that people be like, oh, this is helpful.
Got it.
Rather than selling them to them so strongly. And in leads, I think you do have to be. Oops. I lost you there, but internet leads, I think you have to be a little bit more like, hey, 15 minutes, let's see if we can save you money. It's very easy, fast and easy with us, no obligation, free quote. So some of those stuff you have to do, but maybe having two campaigns is better. Which one do you have more success in, like a natural referral or?
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah. So what's your strategy right now with natural referrals?
I just I call them, I talk to them, email them. I also like to do a personal video so they can know who I am.
Nice.
I do that little bomb, and it's right on my phone, bomb, and I text it to them.
Nice.
So they know who I am. And then I write them down. I write them down too, just so I can look at it every day. And I'm like, okay, let me text them again or call them again and just do a follow-up like that. And it works. But I don't have like an automated system on the email side where it would just go automatically, so it's very personalized to them right now.
For that one, I would just put it in manually. You don't have to use Zapier. You're just like, oh, okay, now this is a referral person. I kind of want to stay in touch with this person. Let me just put it in this list. So you just develop that campaign. First, you got to make the campaign. And then you just start adding that email in there. I would do that. But what's your strategies about how to get these referrals? Like, how are you? Because the more referrals you have, the better. So what's your strategy when it comes to getting them?
Right now, every time I get a compliment from my current customer, I say, well, I would appreciate it if you could refer anybody that would use our services. It means a lot to me and my family. So I make it very personal, Also, I've been getting a lot of, right now everybody's refinancing, right? So I got a lot of evidence of insurance requests. So I'm really trying to build a rapport with, even I have no idea who they are. I send the evidence of insurance right away, and then I call them, say, I want to make sure you got the evidence of insurance. I know how important it is for escrow closing. And then I say, hey, who's your insurance person?
That's
Can I
great.
be your insurance girl?
Mm-hmm.
And some of them are like, oh, I already work with somebody. Some are like, well, you are, you've been really good, like super fast. So I'm starting to create a new Excel spreadsheet just to put in information on who I'm talking to and what is the connection to them, like my customer with their customer, our common customer. So after that, when I have enough, I want to create some sort of automation to it where they could get something,
Yeah. Yeah, that's going to be pretty easy. I think it's just, this the time it takes to write out an email, making it really look nice. So I would just start off with one email literally and then send it to everybody. So, and then have multiple campaigns too. So you're going to be a MailChimp expert one day. Okay, so you're going to have a list of real
I
estate.
hope so.
Yeah, it's just by trying. It's just by getting experience. So you're going to have a list for real estate professionals.
Real estate people.
So anytime you get an evidence of insurance, let me just put this in this list.
Okay.
Okay, and then you're going to have...
So it allows you to categorize it, right? Different lists for different things.
Yeah, it's called audiences. Different audiences.
Audience.
Audience. Okay. So one audience will be your real estate people, right? So your first email will be like the introduction. And yeah, I love the idea of video. And you're like, hey, this is Alina, and I could be your go-to real estate insurance professional. Please let me know if you need anything. Here's my cell phone number. Available anytime for you. Just make a video, introduce yourself. They may unsubscribe. They may say, oh, okay, well, just in case I need somebody, I'll use this person. And that one, again, not salesy. Hey, did you know about insurance when you close this? Just give them some type of value for them. It would be good for them to know, to tell their clients maybe. So something value driven. And then I will do another audience, because you said you do well with getting referrals from your current customers. I will get another audience for your current customers. So your current customers audience will be like, hey, hope you guys are doing good. Just stay, and it's good to have automation, but sometimes I'll just create an email just for that time, and it'll just be like, hey, what's coming up here? Like Happy Memorial Day. All your clients should get like Memorial Day email. It's like the old postcard. Emails are like an old postcard. They should get a 4th of July. They should get a Thanksgiving, and they should all be custom, like not just like farmer's logo and like American flag. It should be like you and your staff, and and just.
Does MailChimp allow you to like do a nice, pretty template, or do they help you with that, or?
You can't like make like graphic design there, so you have to maybe do that on a separate system. But you could do that with apps, on your phone. I think that's part of a skill these days that's really helpful to make something visually appealing. So make something that's kind of cool. And then, but once you save it, you could upload it into MailChimp very easily once you have it. But then in the MailChimp, you could put links to wherever people want to go, but I think in the beginning, and so it's even for the customers, there's a lot of value add. But at the end, you want to remind them, hey, refer me somebody. I'm always open for referrals. And maybe making a video for referrals. I'm not sure if you have like a certain type of incentives for them. But the great thing about video, Alina, and I think you'll be great at it, and you already are, is that with the video, if you hire a professional and make like really great videos, then you can use it over and over again. You don't have to be like, sometimes we have days where we look better than other days.
Definitely.
Well, I'm not sure about you, but for me, or sometimes, you just have more energy than other days, But when a video, you do a great job that one time, you can just reuse that over and over again. So yeah, I'm a big believer in video communication. I think you're on the right track of that. You're already like, you already know it, but I think like do it more, and then also spend some money behind it. And that's where the advertising, social media advertising really helps.
Yeah, I never know how much to spend to make it worth it, to really, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. How much are you spending on internet leads right now?
On the Facebook ads.
Oh, internet leads, or both.
Oh, internet leads. Oh, not that much.
What's
300 to 400 a month.
Are you spending anything on Facebook?
I do. So every time I do a video, like a
Mm-hmm.
personalized content that I created, not like one of those hearsay, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
I click on boost the post, and I do usually $10. And
Mm-hmm.
it's like, because I talked to somebody that does it, and she's everywhere. She gets Melissa Bankert from Texas.
Mm-hmm.
And she told me, don't use too much money. It's like $10 would be enough for like 2-3 days, because you want to a couple of days of impact and then change your content.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been doing it that way. But I want to see more clicks, more video, like more views.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting I think the most I've gotten a view was maybe 1,500,
Mm-hmm.
1,500. But
Mm-hmm.
I've seen people from different industry getting 10,000 views and things like that. I'm like, how do they do that?
More money.
Yeah, so it's probably just more money, huh?
It's just really more money.
All about just the money. Yeah.
It would be really interesting if you tried, to spend 300 or 400 on Facebook instead of the internet leads.
Yeah.
See what happens. I think the Facebook one is more brand building, so
Yes.
it's less transactional. So you're not gonna get like boom, like sell, like, oh, I saw you on Facebook, let me buy from you. No, it's gonna be like, okay, they're gonna follow you. You're gonna get their email address. Then they're gonna see you post more often, and then eventually they'll maybe buy from you later. When they need insurance or when they buy a house next time. So it's a little bit more long term, but to be honest with you, I know I went up there and talked about internet leads because I have a lot of experience in internet leads, but to be honest with you, right now I'm getting better returns from social media advertising than internet leads now. A lot of the stuff I learned from internet leads, because it still applies. So that experience is really important, but you still have to think like, okay, if I'm going to spend this much, which one gives me more awareness?
Yeah.
Which one gives you more potential? So I would, knowing that what you're capable of and your comfort level on the camera, and your personality, I think that's probably a better way than, the internet leads still could work because you can still send them a video and stuff like that, but you can't target as much when the internet leads. You never know who you're gonna get. You can't target that much, right? This one, you could. Do you speak any other languages?
Romanian and Russian.
Romanian and Russian. You can make a video in Russian and just show it to only Russian people. Okay. I just say Russian because I think there's more Russian speakers than Romanian speakers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In LA, especially in LA.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
And then
it's harder to talk about insurance though in Russian.
Why?
I always convert like English and then a couple words in Russian and because
really?
It's a different, even in Romanian, my native language, explaining it, liability and.
But I guarantee you,
negligence.
If you wrote out a script and you practiced it and you set it on camera,
that's true.
And then you wrote it out, another campaign, another audience, okay, for these for this group, and then you also got leads and you talked to them, you're gonna get better and better. Like when I first started in insurance, like my Japanese level was like, it was okay, I could talk to my parents, but now I'm like, I got so much better because I just talked to so many of them, so everything, I think, sometimes like I wouldn't want you to worry about that, because for them they're like, oh great, I got somebody who can speak Romanian, they're in their insurance, they'll be so happy. Even if it was like you said you couldn't say liability in Romanian, they'll still, it'll be okay. Don't worry about that.
What about LinkedIn? Are you doing anything on LinkedIn?
I'm not, but honestly, if I had the time, I would. I think more for the coaching side. Like if I really want to do this more, like coaching and consulting, I think that's a great place for me to go and but Facebook already does that for me, kind of. But I should, to be honest with you, I should. But I'm not. So if you have the time, I would
look into that.
I will look into that. But I still think everybody's on Facebook, and Facebook owns Instagram. So I wouldn't want you to move on, do both right now. I will kind of like just really focus on Facebook and really like find out, because you haven't even like even started seeing the potential, of it. So I would rather have you kind of focus in on Facebook rather than doing both and like being okay at both.
Got it. So when it comes to Facebook, what did you learn? Like, as far as, did you learn that more it's better to do not so many hashtags, or like, do you have a couple of nuggets that you've learned about Facebook in the last year that you really hit home for you?
I think when it comes to Facebook, I learned that if you don't advertise, nothing happens.
So advertise, more money.
Yeah, that's really what, because with Facebook, there's so many people on there. They especially for business page, they're not really going to show it to a lot of people unless they're going to obviously people who are spending money are the ones that that's what you pay for. And then I almost look at it like, okay, I advertise, and then the posts are like the follow-ups. So once you have an audience, then you want to post. But if you have no audience, you're just posting. It's like, yeah, you're gonna like your friends and things like that. That's still better than nothing. But I learned that by spending a lot of money, not a lot, but as much as you can, it's the return. There's definitely a return there, especially right now. People are like on their phones all the time.
Yeah.
Like, it's just they don't want to go anywhere. They just some people have a lot of extra time, and a lot of people are addicted to social media. Not addicted, but they just are always on social. Like, first thing they do, wake up, they look at social media.
Yeah.
So it's like we have to be there. We have to be on their phones.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. So do you do all the campaigns and all the ads on your business page, obviously?
I do, yeah.
Yeah, business page. How much time do you do for your running one campaign specifically? Do you have like a set time frame for one campaign?
No, I just let it go forever.
Okay.
I think it's called run till continuous. So I don't, because a lot of this good, if I have like one good video, it's not like seasonal. It's not like, oh, it's gonna like not make sense in a year. So if you have really honestly like one great video, you could use it for until you kind of start looking different. I don't think it really expires
So
unless
how do you pay? Do you pay per click? Every time they click and somebody looks at it, it charges you, or you have a budget in there?
You have a daily budget, and then they charge you per impression.
Per impression.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So that's where the content is important, because if your content is not that good and people are not, because social media, the great thing is everybody's on there, but the bad thing is that, you don't have to watch your video. People just skips right through it. People go through their feeds fast now. So if you don't grab their attention, if it's boring, then Facebook will not want to show it that much. So they may not even charge you your daily budget, because it's like, well, we don't want to, we want people to come back. We don't, so it's really important to have some type of entertainment value to it too.
Yeah. I need to start following you. I have to check your page out and see what's
check our agency's page out. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But entertainment is important. The first 2 seconds is super important. And then you really have to make sure the message is for the context is for that, the content is contextual to the viewer. So if it's for a real estate person, or if it's for a Russian speaker, obviously for a Russian speaker, your content has to be in Russian. For a real estate person, so it'd be like, hey, real estate professionals, it has to be like for them, rather than like too general.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. So you're really trying to, I like your approach of like, you do build your brand, you build the awareness so people can call you or like contact you. So you don't have like, you're not the one that's different.
Even with internet leads, I still believe in that. It's just better, just like, okay, well, I almost feel like I just pay for the email and the phone number. It's gonna be impossible to get a hold of them, but I'm still gonna, send out stuff. But same thing with Facebook leads. When I get a lead, it's just like, hey, you know, or they follow you or whatever happens, it's like, just call me when it's convenient for you. And when they call you, it's just so much of a better like situation, you know. Hey, you called me, it's like already like a buying signal, you know, rather than like
Yeah.
that desperately trying to call them and like, hey, can I give you a quote? Can I give you a quote? And I go, okay. They just have such an upper hand when they call you. That's what I try to do for my staff. Like I try to get the phones ringing for them,
Yeah.
because what's better than like a lead that is calling you right now? There's nothing.
Oh,
There's no better situation.
absolutely. I'm the same. Yes, absolutely.
But yeah, let's talk about your budget too. I mean, I think
Okay.
you know, with the good thing about the Facebook leads is you can start small. You could do $5 a day, $10 a day, $15 a day, right? And then if you
Mm-hmm.
see returns on it, you could increase it slowly. And same thing with internet leads, you could kind of increase it slowly. But
Okay.
if something is working, you want to start increasing that. If something's not working, you want to decrease that. And once you find something that's really working, then you really want to just put into as much as possible.
Okay.
You know, that's
Yeah,
something that.
I need to learn how to. I'm gonna look at some YouTube stuff. I'm sure there's enough information on YouTube on certain how to run a campaign properly. Because I know how to do the boostings
Mhm.
portion of it and create your audience, but
Yeah, the boosting thing, that works too, but it's like your posts that you make, they're good, but they're not like, oh my god, I want to spend like $100 on this, you know, because you just
yeah,
made it really quick. Now, if you
yeah,
had like a professional videographer who
yeah,
make a video for you, add text and make it look all nice. I mean,
yes,
10 years ago, if you wanted to make a commercial, it would have cost us like $10,000. Now, you know, almost every college kid could make a commercial for you. You know, so make a really nice looking commercial. Just look the best that day. Look the, you know, have the script already, and just make it as, you know, as you as possible, authentic as possible. And then once you're like, okay, well, I spent like $1,500 on this video. Now I'm gonna like, you know, now I'm gonna boost this one. I'm gonna really go all in on that one rather than like a lot of separate like small posts.
got it.
I think that strategy works a little bit better
Okay,
for me.
okay. All right, daily budget. What else did I want to ask you? Marketing money, Zapier.
What do you think about your staffing situation? Pretty happy
My
there?
my staffing.
Mm-hmm.
I need more people if I want to grow faster. I just have to see, because nobody wants to just work on commission only, obviously, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So right now, the way I have it set up, I do hourly plus commission, but I can't afford more than what I have right now, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I have to see a different way, different
Yeah,
way to increase my team. So do you
I
have
think
any
I think
APs on commission only? Probably not.
no, but they're heavily on commission though. Their base is very low, you know.
Oh, okay.
But I think sometimes agents maybe are like, okay, I need to find another person. I need to find another person, right? But people cost money,
Absolutely.
you know. So I would think sometimes instead of spending money on people, spending money on the leads is better for now,
Okay.
because I know some agencies, there's a lot of people but not enough leads,
Mm-hmm.
and you can't expect a AP to close without leads, or having like at least a solid system of having continuous leads. So I think right now, I think a better strategy might be like, okay, well, let me spend as much money as I can on leads. Once you're busy enough, because if you have enough leads, everything else is gonna like figure itself out. Then you're gonna get more sales, and your folio is gonna get better. And it's like, oh, now I can afford a person, and then now I can have them do this and that. But I don't
Mm-hmm.
want to. You just. I think some agents skip the lead process and go to right to the agents, like staff. Now you have
Yeah.
staff. Now you can't afford the leads.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so if you were to hire somebody, I would be like, okay, no, I think we should try to get your new business numbers up. Wait to the folio, or wait to the next renewal, and then you start, you know, training people. Now I know how to close these leads. Now let me show you how to close those leads. But if you hire somebody, there's no leads, and it's like, okay, now we're in it together, you know? So I think, especially with the situation right now with people working remotely, it's very going to be hard to train somebody,
Yes.
you know? So I would really focus on what you need, what helps you get to sell first.
Okay.
Yeah. So don't worry about the staffing situation as much. I mean, obviously you're going to know a point where like, oh my God, I'm so busy. Then you want to hire somebody, but the
Yeah.
goal is to get there first.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. I like that.
Yeah.
Use that money for marketing and branding and awareness.
Yeah. Awareness. So more videos, I think is definitely the plan. I think it's a great way to communicate. Okay. Videos on the phone specifically.
Okay. And do a couple of really nice professionally made commercials.
If you can afford it again, you know, and then I just said 1,500 because, you know, I've seen people make videos. I've seen, you know, some of my clients makes a really good one for $500. It was incredible. It kind of depends on if you know somebody that can make videos. There's a lot of people. You can put a Craigslist ad. There's going to be a lot of people who want to make videos. The equipment's cheap and the software is so advanced now. It's not that difficult to find somebody, but find somebody you like, you know, and hopefully it's like a long-term relationship where you're just going to be making more and more videos with this person.
When I worked at the district office, I did a 2-minute video professionally made in a studio with my good friend. He's a customer of mine now because he has a music school academy and also a music production. So he's into music, but he also did the video for me.
Okay.
And I'll go back to Claudio and be like, Claudio, let's make a deal. Let's be consistent with this, you know. And he's the godparent of my child. So.
Oh, okay. That's a good place to start.
But I'm gonna find it's on YouTube. I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna post it this week because it's very like it's crystal clear as far as the way the sound is. The sound is really good. So I like that. So I just need to do it. I need to talk to him, come up with the content, good content, know the script, do my makeup and, you know, look all professional and then go to the studio and shoot it. I just need to do it.
Now the studio, what was the background look like? Was it all on white or what's the background?
When I did it, we just did a white one, just a simple white background, but he told me we can do whatever we want. I mean, we can just buy a couple of different backgrounds that look, you know, professional.
Consider doing it at your office.
Or at the office, okay.
Consider that option too, because, you know, it's location, you know, this is my office here. You know, we're located here. That could be part of the script, right? You know, because sometimes if it's too high production, even though we just talked about hiring a professional to do it, but if it's too high production, you don't want to look, you just want to be as authentic as possible. Hey, this is my office, you know. I mean, you don't have to say that, but they could see it. You know, the more realer you are, the more they'll kind of trust you. Because if it's like too good and you're just like floating on white, and you know, then it's gonna look like a real corporate commercial. And sometimes people don't want to see that when they're on Facebook.
Okay.
You know.
Okay.
But that's great that you have somebody that can help you out with that. Yeah, it's pretty fun coming up with the scripts, you know, thinking of what you want to say, what you're going to wear, you know, where the scene's going to be. It's almost like you're a director, you know, okay, this first scene I'm going to be here, this scene I'm going to be here, this scene maybe my staff will talk here and blah, 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 and just like put it together. And then, yeah, you can make shorter version of it, longer version of it, you know, but I think the more content you create, and you're really lucky too, because sometimes I'll talk to some clients that they're like, oh no, you know, I just, that's a great idea, but I'm just not comfortable. You know, I just, there's different personalities, you know, some people are like, oh, I'm too shy to be on camera. Like, honestly, like, I'm not on the camera that much. Like, a lot of it, of our campaigns are my staff. So, so everybody has their strengths and weaknesses. So I already know before, having this, meeting with you that you're already comfortable. So that's a huge advantage you have in this world, digital world.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Just need to figure out a way, be consistent, do it, and put some money behind it.
Yeah, putting some money behind it. Yeah. Yeah. Does that part scare you a little bit, or?
Well, you just gotta do it. You gotta spend money to make money, right?
Yeah. The good thing is, we're all probably like finding ways to save money right now, because we can't really do much. So sometimes, it is a little bit of like a personal sacrifice, like
Yeah.
instead of going on vacation, spending that money on leads, instead of, eating out. So many, well, we can't eat out now. So that, again, save some money, but just really, personal budgeting of like, figuring out where your money goes in all aspects of life. But the more you put it in your business, maybe not right away, but it definitely helps out in the long run.
Yeah.
It's like a direct correlation. I was like, okay, well, the more I spend, I make more. It just keeps going like that. So once I figured that out, I was like, well, everything I can almost. It's and there's so being really careful on what you're spending money on is something that I do, because if it helps me make more money, then I'll rather spend it on that than something that doesn't help me make money at all.
Yeah.
So and sometimes you need your leisure and you need your enjoyment, so you got to spend some money on that too. But yeah, that's where you want to kind of like audit yourself and see like, okay, this helped me for my business, this didn't, and then you want to try to put out more stuff that helps your business rather than doesn't.
And doesn't. Yeah.
Takes a little discipline, but
so do you watch on Facebook? You probably see statistics, right, every month, or do you look at the weekly reports, or?
Yeah, I look at them almost daily.
Daily, okay.
Mm-hmm.
How much money is spent versus how many impressions and all of that. That's the part I have to learn. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Cost per lead, you could, how many frequency. So if someone watched the same video like 6 times, like, okay, maybe I need to do a new one, because it's gonna get old. Like TV commercials do that too. Or like how many like 10-second views, how many people, well, this one, the intro wasn't good because there wasn't that many like 10-second views, like people didn't last 10 seconds, some different statistics. But cost per lead or cost per click, those are like the most important ones, I think.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, but there's so much information online on YouTube that really could help you out, that has helped me out. I spent so many hours looking into that kind of stuff. But I think the big picture is just, actually doing it is the first step.
Yes.
But again, if you're not camera shy, then you have a huge advantage.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Time to make the scripts and talk to Claudio, my music academy person.
Okay, great.
Yeah. And then I have to figure out MailChimp as well for my existing leads that were not closed. Maybe do an email campaign and create. So you create your own content and you tell MailChimp, okay, day number 1 this, day number 7 this template, right?
Yep.
Is there a phone number support that they could help you if I get stuck somewhere? I'm sure they probably have some sort of support, right?
Yeah, I think that's the paid version though. Even the paid version is just going to be like chats. But really, you could chat with them, but that's only if a paid version, I think. But
yeah, which is fine.
literally any question you have, like I would just go to YouTube and say how to create a automation campaign on MailChimp. And there'll be like 100 tutorials.
Oh my goodness.
And you find the best one, and you just go. They really like walk you through it step by step. So, some people are like, okay, well, I'll pay you to train me. I'm like, well, no, like, I don't want to like, you could do that. You could get training for free online. So sometimes I feel like bad at actually charging people to like set it up for them when they could do it. And it's something that's worth your time to be good at, because you want to have different campaigns, one for your customers, one for real estate professionals, one for Russians, one for, your old leads, just all kinds of campaigns. I know it is time consuming, I won't, lie to
Yeah.
you and tell you, hey, this is all easy, because we just went over a lot of stuff that's going to take, you know, sometimes, to make a video, to run ads, and then have 4 different MailChimp campaigns. This is like, even if you didn't have to sell or do customer service, it's a full-time job to just set things up.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
if you could do all this, then by next year, I think you'll be in a much stronger situation, because everyone's going to be checking their phones, everyone's going to be checking their emails, people are reading their texts, people aren't meeting people as much face to face, so they really want to have a lot of activity online.
Yeah. Got it. Do you use Yelp? I forgot to ask that question. Do you pay Yelp?
Oh yeah, I did. I used to have a lot of reviews on Yelp. I had like over 200 reviews on Yelp. And then all of a sudden they changed their algorithm, and it got down to like, now it's like really low, and it's getting lower and lower. So it's like, I was paying them, but now, especially since Farmers does cost share for advertising and for leads too, I was like, I just recently just canceled with them.
Yeah, me too. I tried it for 6 months with Yelp, like 200 a month. I got a couple of the referrals, like emails saying that they want quotes, and I got on it, but no closed sale.
Yeah. It's kind of weird. I think Yelp advertising helps when you have a lot of reviews. Then you want to show that off, But for some reason, they started like cutting down my reviews. So I was like, well, if I'm going to pay you guys, and all of a sudden you guys are going to make my reviews lower, I was like, I wasn't really like, I liked the old Yelp a lot better. Back in the days, it was like you get reviews, and I was like, really want Yelp reviews, and I didn't have to pay them, I would get leads. Now I pay them, and now my reviews are less, and I'm getting less. So it's like, I feel like they've lost a little bit of I've lost a little bit of benefits from that. They lost a lot of value, I think. But you want to get reviews on Facebook, you want to get reviews on Google. Those reviews, getting reviews in general is good, because that's another piece of content that you can share to, on Facebook, on your social media too.
Social media, Okay. Awesome.
All right,
Thank
Alina.
you so much for your time.
No,
I really appreciate it.
Hope it helps. Okay, so if you have anything comes up, just let me know, and I'll be wishing you luck.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Appreciate your time.
All right, good luck.
Thank you.
Be safe. All right, see ya.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.